So before we started recording, I've been talking to Luke about watching DC Superhero Girls.
Oh boy.
And I think I might have converted him, maybe.
The power of friendship is a very strong thing, and DC Superhero Girls really speak to that. I love DC Superhero Girls. I am all for it now.
Good. They should cancel Teen Titans Go and put a full-length episode up on this.
Oh, good lord.
They should. They should have a full 30-minute slot for DC Superhero Girls.
Good heavens.
Even though I like Teen Titans Go is pretty fun sometimes, but I don't know, it's because of what I've seen of this show, on just the webisodes on YouTube, it seems like there's a really big reaction to it. I think it would actually benefit by putting on it.
Yeah, CJ, I think we would benefit from having reviews of DC Superhero Girls on the channel.
No.
Just think about it. Just think about it.
Season 1 review.
You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer now, but
I'll give you my answer by the end of this episode.
Okay, I will hold you to it. I'll hold you to it.
All right.
Yeah, best character is Hal on the show. He's awesome.
Confirmed.
Who wears a mask to school like a weirdo.
Speaking of Hal,
it's part of the ring, dude. Yeah.
we got a little bit of news about Hal to talk about today.
Yeah, wait, hang on. We're warming up.
We're warming up. We got to talk about DC Superhero Girls some more.
We got to finish talking about this, CJ.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Before we get into the news topics, we always start off with some lively conversation to get us into the mood.
You're right.
So
I
apologize.
I got some orange juice right here.
I was rushing you guys. I was. So
I got some orange juice, medium pulp right here.
Medium pulp.
Yeah.
I'm kicking back currently with an ice cold Michelob Ultra, truly the beer of kings.
Oh, dude, that's like an hipster beer.
Oh, for sure, that's what it is.
Is it? Is it really?
Is it really?
Well, it's starting to get more popular now, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of see where you're coming from. Not a lot of people really drink it. And Michelob potentially throw a little money our way for even talking about this, but it's actually not bad. I think if I had to choose a light beer, I'd choose this one.
It's a beer I can stomach.
There you go.
That much is for sure.
A beer I can drink.
Yes, but speaking about things you can stomach, DC's Powerless has some new set photos, and apparently Bleeding Cool read the full script, and actually it sounds really cool. They have Crimson Fox in there, and that's a villain, like a super D-list villain.
Yeah, Crimson Fox, and they got another one, don't
D-list.
they?
Crimson Fox?
I think they had like two villains that they mentioned that were going to be
Oh,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah. I don't remember the other one.
Crimson Fox. Hold on, let me find this real quick.
There's actually, if you guys want to check this out, there are set photos of Crimson Fox. They're filming, I think, the pilot right now. And the suit looks pretty cool, actually. It's not like... They don't really detract too far from the comic version, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Crimson Fox.
Yeah. Plus Vanessa Hudgens, dude. That cast is really good.
It's actually
pretty good cast.
As far as a sitcom goes, and Lord knows, Lord knows DC, or not DC, but NBC really needs help with shows, because it seems like every new comedy they try to start just kind of falls flat on its face. So they've been searching for something to replace The Office and Parks and Rec for a while. And honestly, if you look at the cast alone, it really seems like this might be the one. And then Ain't It Cool News, I don't necessarily remember everything they were talking about, but they seemed extremely positive about it.
I thought it was Bleeding Cool that had
Bleeding Cool might have had it, you're right.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's interesting too, because this is kind of not related to DC, but Bleeding Cool also had the script to the Riverdale pilot.
True.
Which is the new Archie series, and they said it's actually really good, and it was pretty interesting, their description of it, so I might actually watch that too.
Yeah, he kind of did Luke, did you read that?
No, I didn't. I'm kind of trying to keep everything about that away from it. Just being a longtime Archie fan, I don't want to go into it with a biased opinion.
What's really funny is he and what's really funny is he kind of like he kind of hooked you. He did like a complete 180. He was like, this, this isn't what I expected at all from like Riverdale. This is not the Archie comics, yada yada yada. And then all of a sudden, he was like, but I loved it. He was like, it's really good.
Yeah, you can trust Rich too. He has good scoops.
For real. And I mean, he kind of like when he's talking about like Powerless, he talks about. I think he sounded like he really, really liked it. He kind of, I think I'm looking at it now, he compared it most to like the early years of Ally McBeal, mainly because of like the ensemble and how good the ensemble is. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. was in that, so.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for him and getting back on track, but it kind of sounds like it could be finally like a sitcom at NBC that sticks, but I guess the ratings are going to be the biggest judge of that.
Yeah.
Like I really have to wait and see because it's a good cast. My only thing is I like you can have a good cast, but they can just really have problems gelling with each other. That's kind of I'm just concerned in that front, but I'm interested in it. I can give it a shot.
Yeah, shout out to Bleeding Cool for those good script reviews. I don't doubt that they actually have the scripts. Like they definitely have them.
No, for real. I mean, there's no way they really would have known all this. I mean, unless they're incredibly like imaginative, let's say. But I mean, to come up with both this, which kind of fits what we're expecting so much, and then even Riverdale, I guess, to come up with that. It convinces you, like, and you might be doubting, but like definitely like go check out the link. I'm sure we'll put a link in the description below. Like it is worth a read, and it is definitely it's something that I wasn't really interested in before, but like it piqued my interest with both Alan Tudyk and Danny Pudi. But I'm definitely going to be checking it out.
Yeah, and I guess with that being said, we should like actually get into the topics though now.
Yeah.
So the first topic we have here just came today out of nowhere, just dropped
literally
like a bomb. Hollywood Reporter is like, oh yeah, no news. How about this?
By the way,
it's like J.K. Simmons is like Gordon in Justice League. I'm like, okay, wait, whoa, what?
First of all,
yeah,
I mean, Gordon in Justice League.
You can't just.
Like what?
Yeah, you can't just skim over that. You can't just skim over J.K. Simmons being James Gordon. Like,
is he the seventh member? Unite the Seven.
Yeah, James Gordon.
Jimmy Gordon.
He's gonna be wearing the mech suit, dude.
The world's greatest detective.
I hope they never do that crap.
No,
I don't think they will.
They are.
Who knows? JK's he might be young enough to take a spin in the old suit,
but
the Bat Bunny suit.
But I didn't expect JK at all for Gordon as a role. Like, I guess mostly because I thought Gordon was dead for the longest time.
I don't know where that, like, looking back on it, I'm not sure where that rumor came from. It just seemed to, like, pop up and was like, yeah, Gordon's dead in this universe. We're not sure if, like, Eileen Yendel is in this universe as the commissioner.
Right.
I think it was actually somebody traced it back in the comments of the news video about it today to, it's like they say that the bat signal is a relic of the Gordon era, so they kind of make it sound like James Gordon might be retired. And this guy actually, I'm gonna go look it up right now, like what his username is, because he actually had a very concise theory about this, and it was basically that Gordon will be in Justice League, but he'll be really old, and it'll kind of be like a backdoor to the Batman standalone movie where JK, because he's young enough, will probably be playing a Gordon that is still in his prime, because I guess the new rumor going around is that the after that Entertainment Weekly article is that the Batman standalone movie might actually be a prequel rather than anything else. Let me just try and find this.
I don't think it's going to be a prequel, but like,
YouTube
JK.
user Dave Schmave, brilliant name. Kind of he put it all together, and I actually really, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh
yeah, I'm probably gonna wait and see what they say, but like, because from what I keep hearing, and we'll probably get into it later, that the solo Batman movie is gonna be dealing with something from the mythos in particular that was kind of hinted at in the trailers for BvS that makes me think it's a sequel. But J.K. Simmons, again, never would have figured they'd get him for Gordon. It's an interesting choice, honestly.
It's kind of kind
Plus,
of stealing one out from under Marvel there.
Plus, I really hope that in this universe, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the case, but I hope that Gordon knows that Bruce is Batman too.
Yeah.
That way they have that personal relationship too.
Very much like Dark Knight Rises, or Dark Knight Returns, excuse me. Dark Knight Rises, I guess
Dark
you
Knight
figured
Rises.
it out.
Wait.
I meant Dark Knight Returns. I was thinking DKR, so that like in my head I was like DKR.
Movie.
You've got CIA on the brain.
Yes, I do. After I like listened to the end of like last week's Superfriends so much.
The Bane posting
you should
squad
all go watch.
trailer.
Bane posting squad trailer, yes.
Yeah.
But the no, it's really interesting because like it's one of those casting choices where I would have never seen. I had never even thought of J.K. Simmons as Jim Gordon, and then somebody in the comments mentioned this, and it was I kind of replied to it. This is one of those like castings where you don't think about it, but as soon as they make it, you're like, that is brilliant and it's perfect.
Wait, who was that? Was that shout out to the Devil of Hell's Kitchen?
It actually might have been shout out to the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Either way, shout out to the Devil of Hell's Kitchen for his tireless work in our comment section.
Yeah, dude, he's always giving us he's always commenting and stuff. So
always giving us the business.
Yeah,
but, for reals. But like whoever's kind of prompted that response, like. Really, like, that comment section was great. Like, everybody was really on point, I feel like. And, it was nice to see that the reaction was almost universally positive.
Good hustle out there, guys.
Yeah, good hustle. Good work. Good game. But it's really interesting. Like, where do you guys think he's going to show up in Justice League?
I mean, my whole thing is basically I'm just thinking... Nick kind of posted it in our little chat thing. That scene from Dark Knight Returns where they're kind of talking about Robin. I feel like it's going to be something like that, just like a quick little scene with them talking. Basically, Batman's now in a position where he's working with gods, and it's basically just going to be... It's going to build up kind of, I think, a little more history, and it's just going to be Gordon and Batman just chilling, drinking coffee in a diner.
Well, I mean... we'll see. We'll see if that's.
It is going to be, Nick.
I think there's a good chance that that's it. But like just looking at, and yes, I mean I think any time that J.K. Simmons gets cast in anything now because he's after Whiplash, after J. Jonah Jameson, I think he's really kind of risen a little bit to maybe not the national forefront, but he's he might not be A-list, but at least he's kind of like A-list adjacent. So anytime he gets cast, it's going to be pretty big news. But it was interesting in that article, the phrasing kind of confirmed that he is actually the last big cast member that is going to be cast. They confirmed that Amber Heard is Mira, and then also said, hey, J.K. Simmons is really the last big person that's going to be added to this cast. So it'll be interesting to see. That either means to me that he is going to have a sizable role in Justice League, or maybe it's just going to be, setting up for stuff later down the road.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. At first I was like, that's so weird. That movie, okay. And then I was like, yeah, he'll just be in, a short scene. But then I'm like, wait, if they actually announce it like this, he has to be, a big part of the movie then. He has to be an actual main character or something if they're going to come out with this big announcement about it. But...
And the way and coupled with the way they phrased it, it'll be interesting to see. And I think he might have a bigger role in this movie than a lot of people are thinking. Whether it's just Batman's kind of man, I'm out. You guys handle this war between Atlantis and Themyscira, and it's him just eating popcorn on the couch with Jim, watching the whole thing go down on the news. You just cut back to him every 20 or 30 minutes. It's damn. But
no, it's going to be in the Batman, or Jim holds Bruce's head in his lap, and he's just like, Bruce, you don't owe this world a damn thing.
Really?
Is that the Dark Knight Rises Gordon scene where he was at that apartment with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah, it's going to be that scene. Just casually stroking Bruce's head as he lays in his lap.
Yeah.
We did what we had to do.
We did what we had to do. Every line is a meme in that movie.
It really is. And I don't know why it is that way. Whether it was just all the hype and then a little bit of disappointment or what. But I don't know.
I'm excited to see JK in Skull Island, which is coming soon also.
Ooh,
which
yes,
is
that'll
filming
be good.
right now, I think.
Who else is in that?
I like team in general.
Andy Serkis.
Yep.
And Tom Hiddleston, maybe? Or
I think it is. It's someone like that.
Isn't there someone? Hold up.
If they're not Tom Hiddleston, they're Tom Hiddleston adjacent.
Maybe it's Cumbernickel, maybe, isn't it?
Cumberbuster?
I don't know. It's a big cast in that Skull Island movie, which is kind of interesting.
Kong Skull Island, that is... It is Tom Hiddleston. It's Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, Corey Hawkins, Toby Kebbell, John C. Reilly. There are a lot of people in here.
That's a star-studded... I can't wait to see that movie, just because I'm a fan of the franchise. But
yeah. The long-running Kong franchise.
King Kong Jr.
The only thing that's weird about that movie is that they said it's a prequel, but it takes place in the 70s, which is kind of weird, but...
We're retconning.
Yeah.
I mean, King Kong's always changing eras, though, so I mean...
It'll be kind of cool, though, to see, like, 70s-era technology again.
Absolutely.
King Kong. Like, helicopters and all that, but anyways, we should probably not talk about King Kong on this podcast. That's for the Monsters podcast, which is coming soon.
It'll come soon as that Monsters cinematic universe kicks off.
Oh yeah, it already did. Did you see Dracula Untold?
Classic.
Truly the Green Lantern of that franchise.
Yeah, they have to reboot again now.
They have to reboot.
Way to go, guys.
So I guess moving on, like, this is going to be the bulk of the show. Pretty much Entertainment Weekly dropped a really big article about a lot of DC stuff, Batman v Superman, Justice League, and the most surprising thing to me was how spoilery this article was, because it came out this is like 3 weeks prior to the release, and it's like super spoilery, like, I mean, pretty much telling you like everything that's going to happen in the movie. I'm like, okay, like, I kind of wanted to wait for the movie to see all this, but okay.
Thank God they did their jobs. All the tension has been cut from the anticipation of the movie.
I will say, like, they didn't spoil like exact details from the film, but they did kind of give you a direction of like where it's going to go, and it's like, this is why this happens, and this is like this character's motivation, and this kind of is what sets up the Justice League, and it was really kind of surprisingly spoilery, and I was kind of like intrigued that Warner's, and specifically like Zach and Jeff Johns, really let them do this article.
Yeah, they had quotes on the article too. Like Jeff Johns was like quoting, like talking about it. I'm like, oh, okay.
DC, it's not like Entertainment Weekly wrote like a shocking expose that Warner's was trying to keep quiet. No, Warner's and DC films, they really they were invested in getting this out there.
I guess it's just good publicity, but like there is stuff like that whole, like, they described a sequence where Batman sets up traps before the fight. I'm like, oh wow, I really wish I would have seen that like in the movie.
That.
Like, god damn it.
That's something I didn't really need to know.
And then they're like, the Flash's nightmare. I'm like, no, like, why did I read? It's on the cover, for crying out loud. It says on the dang cover, like, really?
Exactly.
Oh, God.
It's like, why? No. Well, it gave us a great opportunity to make some videos. I guess.
Yeah. But I guess the first thing that we can break down is the Batman v Superman R-rated cut. They apparently had the actual scoop on it now, official details. From Zach and crew, and basically this cut is going to be like close to 3 hours. It's going to have stuff that's going to like connect to future Justice League movies. This is the only cut that Jenna Malone's character is going to be in now, which she's going to play a key role in the DC universe. I don't know what character she's playing. Not Batgirl or Robin, though, he said. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think about the ultimate cut?
I'm down to clown with 3 hours of goodness, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Just, I mean, it just sounds like a really good time. Like, I mean, I was going to buy it anyway, but, like, there's way more stuff in it now. Like, there's more connective tissue stuff. That was really what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying it. Like, it wasn't in doubt, but it's kind of like nice to know what I'm buying, I guess, before the movie even comes out. But I mean, the whole thing about Jenna Malone's character is really what stands out to me. Like, I understand things get cut all the time for the sake of flow, but you know, it's really interesting. Like, she's apparently a very, like, not like a central character to the DC universe, but she's going to play a pretty big role in some movies going forward. So, like, I'm kind of struggling, like, you know, what character could she be playing that she's actually going to resurface?
No, I hope not Oracle.
But she's
Oracle,
not.
dude.
Well, they actually said, who's the guy? What's the name of the guy that wrote the article? It's like
Anthony Breznican.
Anthony Breznican. He confirmed, like, he said on his Twitter. I don't think he said it in the article, but somebody asked him on Twitter. It's like, is Jenna Malone playing? Well, I guess they said Batgirl, and he said no, that's not who she is.
There you go.
And
I thought she, or maybe with Barbara Gordon they asked or something. I don't know.
It was something like that, but he made it seem like the tweet made it seem like she definitely wasn't like Barbara, and then he also said like Scoot McNairy isn't Jimmy Olsen.
He's James Olsen.
He's James. You're right.
Yeah. So then,
by God,
so Jenna Malone.
It out.
So Jenna Malone's confirmed to be Grail from Darkseid War.
100%.
No. I mean, I don't know. Like, I remember the thing there, like, it's not Robin or Batgirl. It's like, oh, so it's Oracle.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought because there's, like, that stuff going around that Birds of Prey was coming up, so I just figured...
No, she's Poison Ivy.
Maybe.
Yes, I'm sure she's Poison Ivy.
I mean, we could, like, hold on. Like, as soon as we stop recording this, I'm going to tweet at Breznican and be like, hey, is she Carrie Kelly? But
I've always wanted her to be Carrie Kelly, even if not Robin, but just the character, just to have.
I mean, I can actually really see her as Carrie Kelly. I could see her as Barbara Gordon and Batgirl too, and maybe I can see her a little bit more as Barbara Gordon, maybe in like Oracle rather than like a Batgirl kind of role. But I could definitely see her as Carrie Kelly too.
No.
Dun dun dun.
I hope.
But who's Scoot McNairy? Because like he was like, okay, he's not Jimmy Olsen, and then when Superman is in that courtroom, like they shared that scene, and it's kind of like an expanded look at that scene with
Holly Hunter thing.
Holly Hunter's scene where she's that senator and she's grilling Superman, and they reference somebody. They reference I couldn't even hear like who they were referencing.
Yeah,
and then Superman looks at Jimmy, or not Jimmy, Scoot McNairy. Totally Jimmy Olsen.
It sucks that they muted the audio at that point because like they're talking in the interview and they're like the audio is super low. It's like really hard to make out. It says so and so is here. Like, thank you for coming today. I'm like, no, why didn't you say their name? Like,
I mean, it seemed like because he was wearing like green screen like booties, so it kind of seemed like he was
had
going to
Crocs on.
Yeah, it seemed like he was going to be a victim of maybe he's some kind of victim of Metropolis or something like that. But
he's William Magnus, like that Reddit leak.
Confirmed.
You know who he is?
Nobody.
He's nobody.
He's just some random mook.
Exactly, but they can't say his name.
a random jamoke.
Also,
I was gonna throw out Metallo because why the fuck not?
I mean, it would be interesting if he is actually like Metallo's character, because that would kind of seem to like combine a couple of rumors like from way back
Jim
when
Corvin, or?
With like, because I mean there were rumors like way back when that he was going to be Metallo, or not that he was going to be Metallo, but that Metallo was going to be in the movie, and then there was that recent like rumor that Lex is going to turn him into like a suicide bomber. So like, what if? What if no? I'm serious. Like, what if it's kind of like a bastardization?
That's hilarious to think about because like he's in a wheelchair in the movie. he's just rolling down in the courtroom with a suicide bomb. And
well, what I'm saying, what would be interesting,
racing at a dude who tried to blow up.
What would be interesting to see is if, yes, he's crippled and he's angry at Superman because Superman broke his legs, so Lex Luthor is like, fam, I'm going to give you new legs, and like maybe his heart was damaged, so he's got this thing that like runs on kryptonite that Lex can turn into a bomb, or maybe he gives like it's like something to do with kryptonite, whereas Metallo has like the kryptonite heart. Who knows? I see that as like a very maybe like Snyder-esque way to do Metallo. in
Yeah,
Batman v
Metal-O.
Superman.
He's
Metal-O,
he's
yeah.
Bizarro, fam.
B0.
B0. Yeah.
B0
B0.
confirmed.
Metal O.
Metal
That was
Metal
the-
Zero.
Metal-O.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
so
There
I
you
don't-
go.
I know all of this talk spun out of the R-rated Jenna Malone characters. So yeah.
Well, I mean, we had to talk about Scoot McNairy too.
So yeah, moving
Good old
on though
Scoot.
with this story, it says the Flash. Well, like this is confirmed. It isn't like rumored. Like confirmed, the Flash's cameo in the movie is that he gives Bruce some type of vision of the future, like through his dream or something with the Speed Force. I don't know.
Well, Snyder was very I don't want to say cagey, but he was kind of like hesitant to confirm anything. He was like, I want to leave it open-ended. Like Flash does show up in Bruce's vision, Bruce's nightmare. He confirms Superman is going to have these, or they confirm Superman is going to have like a nightmare at one point too. But they were like, yeah, Flash is going to show up in Bruce's, and Zach. I mean, it's kind of like it definitely is going to be this, but he was like, it could be Flash using like the Speed Force to break through like time and space and give a warning to Bruce, or it could not. Who knows? And it's like, thanks, dude. Well, left that open to the interpretation.
It's Wally West. It's not-
Confirmed.
It's Bart Allen.
yeah. Yeah, but
My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest guy that's not in Batman.
I'm the
v
flashiest man
I'm the
alive.
flashiest man alive. The suit did look very shiny.
oh yeah,
It
I
does.
love the Ezra suit. It looks really cool.
Looks tight. Looks tight, dude.
It's very,
Totally
it is
90s
very
Flash.
nice.
And also the coolest part about this is it confirms the Ezra Miller scoop from like a year ago, where
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, my suit's apocalyptic" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, shout out to like DCEU facts, because they scooped that. Like, it seems like legit.
Yeah,
He's gonna have a different suit in Justice League, probably, but I guess we'll find out more about Ezra Miller doing that. Like,
I mean, we all
3
thought it
weeks.
was the mad ramblings of a man who was just very under the influence, but it turns out they were true.
dude,
True
Ezra
words.
Ezra's a cool dude. If you see that MTV interview with him, like he's totally into the multiverse and like Silver Age Flash stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be tight with it. Like, especially like if we get the cosmic treadmill, dude.
Dude, have you guys seen that MTV interview with him from like a year ago? I think
I have not.
I mean,
but I
it
would
was
be.
from a year ago.
he
so.
was talking to that guy Josh Horowitz. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
And he was like, Josh was like, oh, well, like, what do you think about the Flash TV show? And he's like, oh man, it's so awesome. Like, dude, do you see this? We've crossed the event horizon. Like, me and Grant are gonna be running. Like, we're racing.
Ezra, please calm down with your Jaden Smith bullshit.
No, guys.
Although that was like another thing. Like, it's not in the list of topics for us to talk about today, but that was another
they
big thing. Like,
confirmed the
maybe one of the
multiverse,
bigger
yeah.
things that the Entertainment Weekly. That was one of the bigger things that the article confirmed, is that the multiverse exists. Like, as far as DC is confirmed, like the multiverse is real, and it does contain like all the movies and the TV shows. It's just whether they're like, they kind of left it open ended, as like maybe some will cross over, but
Yeah, Flash and Supergirl.
totes.
Yeah,
exactly.
it is, dude. Because Supergirl's like a separate universe or something.
Yeah, but Gotham is not a part of that multiverse. I hope.
Oh,
Well, Gotham is just
Darkseid
shite.
destroys it. Darkseid destroys that one.
Please,
Yeah.
Anti-Monitor eats
No,
that
like-
universe.
Like, seriously, if you want to start setting up like the future Justice League movies, have some of the TV shows die with like a red sky, and then like it just gets destroyed.
That'd be really tight.
That would be really cool.
I'd really
actually. Just-
love for that to happen. Like, it's like young Bruce just looks up and it's like, oh shit, there's that thing that, like, what do you call that thing that dangles in your throat? Like what do you call that thing?
the uvula.
The uvula. Bruce, like baby Bruce on Gotham, just looks up and he's like, ah, like
That's a-
Darkseid.
that-
Like,
dude, that's a
Anti-Monitor's
punching
uvula
bag.
is just eating. It's like, you're getting swallowed, baby Bruce. Good luck.
I thought that was a punching bag.
Maybe. Thanks, Looney Tunes.
I practiced on it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess like moving on to the next topic, this is like an actual section of the article. It says Batman Future or something like that, like future movies, and like they have a quote from Jeff Johns saying that the Robin suit like is mentioned in the movie or something, but like we don't name drop like what Robin it was. So that's gonna play a plot point in like future movies. I'm like, oh.
See, that's the thing, like, I wish they would have, like, he would have not said that so that we can, like, be like, if he had just said the Robin suit is going to be important, keep an eye on that, like, I'd be like, sure, but, like, now we know, like, you know, we're not going to find out whose Robin it is. I'm, like, equal parts, like, shit, I would have liked to have been disappointed that we didn't find out, and then, like, I am also, like, on the other hand, like, we're glad that I know that we're not going to find out, so...
Jason, dude.
Jason,
yeah, dude.
confirmed.
I'm like, so Red Hood confirmed movie?
Yeah, like if the Flash TV show has taught me anything, it's that the most obvious answer is usually the right one.
Yeah.
I mean, the more and more I think about it, like I would at first I was so opposed to this idea. I was just really, really like against it, and I'm still not sure if I want them to take this page out of a certain Frank Miller comic. But I would not be 100% opposed at this time to, like, Joker in this universe actually being Dick Grayson like he was in Dark Knight Strikes Again. I would not be opposed to that. Maybe it's the idea of potentially seeing Jared Leto as Nightwing in a flashback, but
oh.
I don't know, fam. I don't know.
Well, I can confirm for you right now that the Joker is the Joker. He's not Robin, so...
The one time I was okay with that. Well, I'm back to hating that idea now. Let us never speak of it again.
Red Hood, though.
But I think they're... I don't know. It just seems like they're really telegraphing Red Hood being the movie now.
Yeah.
Before it was like, oh yeah, it's this rumor. But like now they're like, oh yeah, but this Robin suit, you know, it's going to play a plot point in a future movie. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey. Oh, well, there you go.
Plus,
all the Red Hood fans, eat it up.
Plus, Jeff is writing that Batman movie with Ben Affleck.
Yep.
So
and that was another thing.
Like Jeff knows his comics and he knows what people want to see in the movies. So I'm pretty certain that it's going to be some variation of the Red Hood movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was another thing that like there's so much there that you could do. Whether it's a prequel or they're just flashbacks, like I think one of the things that we had talked about previously, maybe on this podcast, was like if you combine like the middle part of Dark Knight Returns and Red Hood, like you have a pretty cohesive movie still. The other thing that they talked about was in that article was like Ben Affleck isn't signed on to direct yet, but he's still kind of circling it. But they
I know
did
he's
hint
being coy for the interviews, but I'm pretty certain when he signed on to be Batman, he signed a clause that said you will direct a movie. So
motherfucker may or may not have been at the end of that clause. It's like,
he's just being will do this.
He's just being like, oh well, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to do it, or maybe, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it.
Kind of like how J.K. Simmons told a bold-faced lie and said, I'd be open to anything. Like when he said like last week, it's like that, maybe I haven't gotten any calls about returning as J. Jonah. I'd be open to it though. You fucking spook.
I don't know if he actually got contact about them.
Probably did not. I would not be shocked if they were trying to go in a different direction, especially if Peter's going to be in high school. J. Jonah does not need to even be in that movie. Like, I would love for him to be, but, like, if he's in high school, he does not need to be in that.
Yeah.
So
Ice Cube, dude.
Ice Cube.
No, Arnold for Jake Jonah.
Get me my motherfucking pictures of Spider-Man, motherfucker. So
he could be like, shut up. Like from Kindergarten Cop, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta recreate that scene.
We need to do a commentary on Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor.
No, but speaking of that... Yeah, speaking of that Robin suit, though, like you guys would be cool, like if it was the Red Hood movie, because
100%.
Because that would incorporate the Joker too, which is I'm pretty sure they want to have the Jared Leto Joker in a Batman movie too. So
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Red Hood, so I would have liked something else, but I mean I get it. People like Red Hood, so
I'm not a fan of Jason Todd and like Red Hood as like. In the way that he's like jerked off by so many people now. Like I like the idea of him as like the Robin that like was thought dead coming back to be a villain. Like, and even if he's like an anti-hero in some respects, but he is probably my least favorite Bat Family member now that he's like a good guy.
Well,
Wait a minute.
I should probably...
Wait, you don't like Jason, but you would put Harper Row above Jason?
Ooh, that's actually a good question. I would not put Harper Row above Jason. You are correct.
She's the worst Bat Family member ever.
You are correct about that.
Hold up.
I forgot that she existed. I had blocked her from my memory, so thank you for
I blocked Harper Row
up.
from Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we do have one last plot thing that they talked about in the article, which is that the Green Lantern, they specifically said that Green Lantern's a great character and like blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but
he's cool.
But we don't have any plans to include him until Justice League 2 at the very earliest. So I'm like, no, what?
Justice League 2, and I love how he said, it's like there are no plans for him in Justice League Part 1. He might appear in Justice League Part 2, but we don't have every beat of that movie planned out yet. So he might not even appear until his own movie in 2020.
Well, yeah, even if he did appear in jail too, it's still 3 years. I mean, it would be like whatever if we had to wait another year after that for his solo movie. But still, it's 3 years at the earliest we'll see a Green Lantern. Which kind of sucks, but
I don't know if they're scared.
Sucks, but
and I'm sure it's like, how do we do this? I want to take them at face value and say like, okay, it's probably literally because, like, okay, maybe Justice League 1 is going to be Throne of Atlantis. Maybe it's not going to be anything from space yet, so shoehorning Green Lantern in there doesn't make sense and would probably hurt the plot. I'll let them have that until proven otherwise. Innocent until proven guilty. But, like, there is a small part of me that wants to say 2011 was 5 years ago, and Ryan Reynolds has moved on. He's in Fox now. He can't hurt you.
Yeah, dude, they're getting a new Spider-Man. Like, they announced a new Spider-Man a year after the last movie. Like,
exactly. That's the kind of spirit you gotta have. You just gotta, get up, throw some dirt on it, and like move forward.
Green Lantern, he's caged.
I like CJ's like I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. It's not gonna be from space. Watch, the villain's gonna be Despero.
No, it's Starro, dude.
Starro, yeah.
It's B-Zero, dude.
These big fucking space villains and Green Lantern's nowhere to be found.
Dude, no, like they're gonna adapt War and they're gonna have Darkseid running on all fours at some point.
Yeah, as long as Green Lantern's not associated with that.
The Green Lantern Corps is formed in response to Darkseid running rampant over the universe.
dude, they don't have a plan for Green Lantern right now. But I got a plan for them. Like, hey,
I know.
Let's set up a meeting and we'll talk.
I was about to drop that. Like, I was like, Nick and Marvel Luke have a great plan.
Yeah,
it's
so
they have a plan to make Green Lantern great again.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach, if you're listening to this, let's make Green Lantern great again. Like,
make Green Lantern great again. First things first, build a wall.
So, no... Second things first, no Simon Baz allowed.
Oh, come on. That is like Donald Trump AF, dude, just because he's Muslim. Come on, DC Luke.
You guys were setting it up. I can't... I'm just following it up on what you guys set up. You pitched it, I hit a home run. There you go,
dude. What do I have to do for the thumbnail this week? Do I have to put Simon Baz's head on that Pepe when he's swinging?
You have to Photoshop. You could still use that Pepe with my face on it for this week, but I think, I mean, who knows? You got to take a picture of DCU Luke and put maybe put Donald Trump's hair on him.
Make Green Lantern great again.
No, dude, I gotta Photoshop DC Luke's face onto the Christian Bale body, like in that Donald Trump picture I keep posting, where it's Bale and Trump hanging out.
I am completely fine with this.
or just Green Lantern wearing a Make America Great Again hat.
Yeah. Hey, dude, Green Lantern,
Simon
though.
Baz. If we were doing old school Marvel titles, that would be the title of the episode is Green Lantern Donald Trump supporter. Or make Green Lantern great again.
Yeah. But any other thoughts? Any other thoughts on Green Lantern, possibly not being in Justice League 2?
I mean, it sucks, but I'd rather them get a plan. I'd rather them have a good plan than just, do nothing at all.
I mean, like I said, they've got credit at this point. If if at any time it looks like they're just like, even if they don't have a story yet, I'm fine with that. Let's not rush it. Let's not shoehorn it in there. Let's not make a shitty movie or make this honestly great character. One of my favorite characters, let alone the DC Universe, comic books in general. Let's not do it wrong. So they have like everything they were saying. Like, we want to do it right. We're taking our time. I understand that, They have the benefit of the doubt at all. And please do not take any of my previous comments to be an endorsement of Donald J. Trump. That man is literally Hitler.
Wait, hang on. I just got a check from him right now for endorsing. We just got
a small loan of $1 million.
Yes, guys, your podcast is going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, at his next rally, he's going to talk about the Hybrid Networks endorsement.
I was listening to a podcast the other day. They're going to be huge.
I'm gonna be honest. They're huge. They're coming out. I fully support the hybrid network.
I like how we just sound like the Jewish guy in the barbershop Coming to America. You guys have seen that,
right? They're not gonna be allowed to come into
Yeah,
America.
we just sound like we're talking like they're talking about like Tyson or like Muhammad Ali, and we're sitting there talking about like Rocky Marciano. Like, he was a great one. He was huge.
Alright, so this has been Super Friends episode 28. Thank you guys again for listening
Jewish
this
barbershop
week.
Episode.
And here's a question to you guys. What do you want them to do with Green Lantern if and when he finally appears in the movie again?
If you're still listening, you must be huge fans.
I want Kyle Rayner's dead girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? What's the name of the blog that? What's her face? Gail Simone started, based on that, because her whole blog is named after that. It's like women in refrigerators, women in comics and refrigerators, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, damn,
something like
fam. That. Maybe I do want Kyle Rayner now. No.
Straight up savage.
Shitty.
I want that big dumb fucking colossal mask.
Hey man, at least like Nick is trying to wrap this up. I just want to say like my last piece. At least this episode didn't become like the Bane posting Friends podcast again.
While we're on the topic of that, go check out Bane Posting Squad Comic-Con official first look.
Like, honestly, my most anticipated movie this year, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would watch that over the regular one.
Yeah, it looks good.
Nothing really matters, fam.
Yeah, they have CIA, they have a big guy, they have Brendan Fraser, Rooney Mara.
If I take that
off, it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
2 short-fingered Vulgarian thumbs up.
So this is going to be our new shtick. We're just going to freaking destroy the podcast at the very end.
Burn it down.
Yeah, what do you mean destroy? We made it better again.
Yeah, no. We've made this podcast great again.
We made it great. Make Super Friends great.
We made Super Friends great again.
Yeah, all we need is Andre from Movie World.
Oh, yes. It'd
be perfect.
Bring him on.
I like how did that... We mentioned that one guy deep... It wasn't Andre, it was the other dude. We mentioned him deep in a podcast. Like 40 minutes in, and somehow he found out.
Wait, who?
Oh, who's the other guy? Like, we talk about, like, it's like Movie World, and then who's his little buddy? Who's the Robin to his Adam West?
Boa Man?
Yeah, we mentioned,
Boa
Man,
my God. Dude, he's so weird.
We did mention him in a podcast, and he came in the comments.
I think that was on Marvelite, though.
Yeah, he was like, never talk about me again, Marvelite, never. It was like, dude, what?
Yeah, so... Yeah, this has been episode 29. God. Thanks again for listening, guys. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button down there, and we'll catch you guys again next week.